Hi, welcome to Middle School Math 2. I am Jessica Glad, and I am your student's math teacher for this school year. Welcome. So the very first thing I thought we should start off with, I like my memes, and this one is very appropriate for this year, starting kind of some more tricky math concepts. So it says, did you seriously just ask your math teacher if you have to show your work? I'm assuming that some of you as parents have said that, don't you have to show your work? Or, you know, so I kind of battle that a little bit, starting with PEMDAS just this week, order of operations. Students love to do things in their heads, and I do too. But I said, as we get a little older, we have so much in our head and it's easier to show our steps, or it's helpful to show our steps. So I'm really encouraging showing their work, working their way through a path, kind of find that solution. So Grumpy Cat was helping me with that one. So a little bit about me. This is my 22nd school year teaching in Mounds View schools. So for the first 15 years, I worked at Highview Middle School, 6th and 7th grade math. And for the last 7 years, I've been at Chippewa Middle School doing 7th and 8th grade math. So I have 2 children, and my daughter Gabby, she is 12, and she's a 7th grader, and my son Thomas is 16, and as you can see here, he just got his driver's license last weekend. So I am right in the middle of it with you. I love middle school. They're so fun. They are, you can be you can joke with them and yet be serious, and they're just usually pretty happy-go-lucky and enjoy being here. So it's already been a great start to the year. I have been, this in the lower picture there, Bemidji State University. I grew up in northern Minnesota, and so that is just a picture of Bemidji State University. This time of the year, it's absolutely gorgeous with the trees and all of that. Jimmy Kitty makes quite an appearance on my presentations. He is kind of like a dog, but I adopted him about a year ago, and he has just been such a joy to our family. So the kids hear a lot of my Jimmy Kitty stories. And that 53 there, I'm a big concert goer, and I was kind of disappointed over the last year. Lots of concerts canceled, of course, because of all of the things going on with COVID. So I'm hoping to increase that number just as soon as we're able to. Couple more things about me here. I love music. As you can tell, 53 concerts, that is a task that I enjoy collecting. Big animal lover. I enjoy being active outside. I'm a reality TV junkie. I thank MTV for that from the 90s. Love relaxing on a beach, and I'm a very good listener. So where in the world do you find everything? So, and the students are kind of catching on to this pretty quickly in our digital world this year, especially. Everything is in Google Classroom. So everything is organized by topic under the classwork tab. So there's links, presentations, videos, practice work. There is a calendar which holds the daily docs that I will show you. But as a parent, that is something you are able, and many of you have access to Google Classroom as well. So that's the first kind of one-stop shop that you can go to find all of the information and activities that your student is doing. So in Google Classroom, they will find their appropriate hour that they have math, and in Google Classroom, they find their course calendar. So course calendar, this is an example of September. So each of my periods is hyperlinked according to the day that they had math. So they just click on that hour and it brings them to something like this. It's called a daily doc. So the daily doc just gives today's tasks. It has all of the links, it has codes, it has videos. It kind of gives them a little hint of what's to come. What's great about it is students, if they're going to be absent, if they have doctor's appointment, if they're at home, whatever, they have access to this so they can do really their work from anywhere that they have access to their Chromebook or internet. So that is very helpful, and that is something that they can always go back to, so they can look and see, oh, I missed last Wednesday, so here would be the topic and everything listed for them. So kind of a nice place to go. The syllabus for middle school math, and I did send this out, I think maybe the first week of school, but that's kind of a blur already. So we've got semester 1, semester 2 topics, and I did do a little bit of rearranging of the topics just because we were starting out digital or distance learning and then went into our hybrid mode. So we started with integers. So right now that integers unit is about 6 weeks long. We are midway through, making some nice progress. One thing that I do have the students is I do make them note packets for every unit. And that's just because we don't have a textbook necessarily that we follow. So it helps the students stay organized, and it helps them follow day to day the notes that I provide for them and just the practice that we do in class. So that's just a little snippet of the course description. Communication. So Google Classroom will be the main source of communication for math students. Parent view and email would be the main source of communication for parents. There is the calendar that's posted at the top of Google Classroom, and that is where students find their daily lessons. We call them the daily docs. So parent view will be helpful for you. Also Google Classroom for students. Grading is very similar to last year. So grading is in 2 categories. There is a practice category and a performance category. So the practice category is basically what we do day to day with all of our Desmos, our check-ins, our formatives, just practice on specific learning targets. So overall, they're worth 20% of their grade, whereas a performance is more of a summative assessment. That's worth 80% of their grade. So very similar. It was just like last year as far as grading. The only difference is most everything is digital. And I do use different formats as far as how students are able to show what they've learned. So what can you do to help? Well, I would encourage them to advocate for themselves. So they're not understanding something, say, ask Miss Glad, send Miss Glad an email, check with Miss Glad in class. So encourage them to start advocating for themselves, to come and talk to me, just to try to problem solve and get to the bottom of if they're really struggling with a concept or they can't find something. So just encourage them to advocate for themselves. Assignments, again, can all be found in Classroom and on that daily doc, so they're organized there. Ask them how they're doing. Have them show you student view. Rather than you check, you're certainly welcome to check parent view. Say, hey, I'm going to check how are your grades. Why don't you bring your Chromebook over here and show me how things are going in student view. It helps them check, and it helps you kind of know what's going on. And then, of course, just encourage them to do their best, to try to focus. I know days can be long with some of our sections, some of the class hours being a little bit longer. So taking breaks, we take breaks in school too, just to kind of get some fresh air and rejuvenate ourselves. Best ways to reach me, probably the best way is through email. Then I will be able to get back to you as soon as I can. Phone is also an option. During the school day, I'm pretty busy either on Zoom or teaching some of my classes. So you can certainly leave a voice message. Otherwise, again, through email, that's probably the quickest response. So thanks for coming. Thanks for checking this out. I figured we would end with another little meme. Showed work, got the right answer. So again, I was try to encourage the students to show their work, and that's just going to lead them to the correct answer, the right answer. So thank you so much. Have a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and thanks for coming.